Welcome to the Church of Obelisk. If you're a Chen player, you know how satisfying it is to play Chen when you're ahead. You know those games where you win your lane with your core together, maybe you get a kill or two, you get an early tower, and then you get an early mech or an early Vlads, and you just can team up with your teammates and just push down all the other towers, and from there easily win the game. But then you have those games where you're countered, you lose the lane, your carry doesn't have a lot of farm, you have almost no items, you lose in the vision game, you have almost no space in the map, it's very hard to actually get any creeps, let alone keep them alive, and it's just all around miserable. So, how do you play those games? How in those games do you actually come back from deficit as Chen? Well, we're going to look at one game of N0tail playing Chen, in which he is utterly and totally and completely countered, and yet still ends up winning by just being very patient and making efficient plays. This is a game from TI, so it's a slightly older game where Chen was still a little bit better. He received nerfs in 2 patches since then. Even though Chen is slightly weaker now, all these principles N0tail shows us in this game still apply. So this is our draft. We have N0tail first pick from Fnatic. OG respond by picking Chen and Earthshaker. They don't really care too much that N0tail counters Chen. It's just Chen is a very strong hero and N0tail is an extremely strong Chen player, so they pick Chen. And then Fnatic pick another hero that kind of counters Chen, Crystal Maiden. And then there's also Ember Spirit, also kind of counters Chen. Timbersaw counters Chen. Morphling is pretty good against Chen. So right away, N0tail is looking at this lineup and seeing, I'm not going to make any big plays as Chen. You're not going to be able to snowball as Chen in this game. It's just never going to happen. So when you see a lineup like this, you have to think to yourself, what is our win condition? Which of my heroes do I need to enable to actually be able to win this game? And in this game, this is Ana's IO. This is one of those infamous IO carry games that OG played at TI. And as well, they also have this Earthshaker, this Legion Commander, and this Troll. So it's very important for this IO and Troll dual core to come online. And to enable them, they also need to get this Jarek's Earthshaker, his Blink Dagger. That's also very important to be able to take team fights. So we now see OG is down with 3 heroes at bottom, only Chen is top. This is so they can contest the rune down here if Fnatic wants to fight, but Fnatic doesn't want to do that, so Chen immediately recalls IO, and they're actually going to fight for this rune too. And this way we can hopefully get 3 runes. And they do manage to do that. So that's a really nice play here. And now they're in this lane. They have Chen and IO against Crystal Maiden. They just saw that, and most likely the Timbersaw. A lot of people would look at this lane and say, okay, we have Chen and we have IO, we are countered, therefore we just have to play defensively, we have to play reactively, but that's not what Ana and N0tail do here. Because yes, Timbersaw counters Chen and IO, but Timbersaw is a very weak hero at level 1. Just because he's strong at level 3 or 4 doesn't mean that I have to respect him right now. And right now, N0tail and Ana are actually stronger. They actually have a lot more regen, they have a lot more sustain, and they can just bully this maiden out of this lane. That maiden is already down at less than half HP. There's a common mistake that especially lower MMR players make, is they look at the strength of a hero in the abstract, when actually what you need to do is how strong are these heroes at each individual level. If you have level 2 reactive armor, then he starts to get scary. Level 1 reactive armor is not scary at all. And now we actually see a play here from Jarex. He's going to come into this lane, and he's going to fissure his Crystal Maiden, and it's going to be a kill. Very easy play. This lane in the start is very weak, so you can easily make such a play like that. Ana is almost going to die here, but N0tail does some nice body blocking here, and Ana survives with a Fairy Fire. We see Jarex coming in again here, doing some harassment on Timbersaw, forcing Timbersaw to go to Chen away, and thereby securing Ana's farm a little bit more. They're sacking Seb a bit to do this, but that's okay, because Seb is kind of fine in 1 vs 2 here. Titan is not a particularly strong hero against a single offlaner. He's more good against like a dual lane or even a tri-lane. And here we see Chen taking over a melee creep here. And what he's going to do with this is stack. Specifically, what you want to stack is this camp and this camp. And now the Timbersaw is level 3. They can't really do very much in this lane. They can sustain this lane, but this harassment they're doing against him is basically ineffective. N0tail is level 3 now. He has level 2 persuasion. As I mentioned, this is an earlier patch, so he can actually get a centaur now. Nowadays he would actually have to be level 5 and have level 3 persuasion to do this. But this is the earlier patch, so he can get a centaur right away. And now it's going to stack 2 camps, one with this hero, the other one with this creep. So these 2 camps are the most valuable to stack because they're very safe to farm. They're next to the shrine, they're next to tier 1 tower, very easy to defend. And also these camps are very close together so that an IO can just farm both of them with spirits very easily. Now Timbersaw is level 4 in lane, and this lane for Ana is more or less over. I mean, it's Timbersaw, he doesn't have a lot of aggressive potential before level 6, but still Ana can just sort of try to get last hits here and there, but he's not really contesting this Timbersaw. Timbersaw is a free lane right now. And N0tail is going to do some sort of pulling shenanigans here. It's also important if you're losing a lane, don't just sit in the lane and sap experience, do something useful like this. Now Ana can actually farm these creeps relatively safely. N0tail actually is a bit too aggressive here, wanders into the enemy. He wanted to go for the rune, but he's going to pay with his life. As you can see, even though N0tail is very poor, he does not skimp out on wards. Some people say that, you know, yeah, I have to get boots, I can't buy ward right now, it's nonsense. Wards are almost always more important than any other item, and especially in Chen, because boots is not that important in Chen. You can safely skip boots for the first 10 to 20 minutes. Gets a nice deny here on that centaur. There's another engagement here, Ana dies, N0tail is trying to run away. He's actually not doing the best job of running, he could have run a bit faster. And he gets this creep is more important here than the set of tormentor, because this actually allows him to purge off slows, as well as the frostbite that's also dispellable. And he dies. While all this is going on, N0tail has kept stacking here. It's a triple stack here. And also I think a triple stack here. So now Ana can start to farm this, but he's still a little bit too weak to farm this. They're going to farm this together, and Thompson and N0tail are going to get some of the experience, but most of the farm is going to go to Ana. And of course that's very important. Ana needs to get this Dominator so they can actually start farming efficiently. Right now no one on G can actually fight this Timbersaw. So what is the plan to deal with the threat? Well, first of all, they're going to need this Troll Warlord to get a Diffusal play. Diffusal is not going to kill Timbersaw, but a Timbersaw without mana doesn't do very much. And secondly, they're going to go for a Vessel on Legion Commander. Legion Commander typically goes for an early Blink Dagger, maybe something like a Phase Boost, maybe Drums, to be able to get off those duels. But who are you going to duel in this game? You can't duel Timbersaw, you're never going to kill him, and the hero is also difficult to duel. So what they actually need in this game is a Vessel and not any of these mobility items. And then third, they need a Blink Dagger on Shaker. Io has now completed his Helm of Dominator, so now he can actually start farming. So in all of this, what does N0tail do? Well, to be honest, the answer is not much. He's dragging a creep wave here to stop this push on the top tower, because they don't want to keep their towers. And I mean, he knows that they can kill him. He's sort of playing around with his creeps. He's dragging them into this big stack here. And he's purposely taking these small creeps so that if he dies, he's not going to feed much gold. And he's just going to drag this next wave also here. And he's just buying a lot of time for his team. And he's throwing his life in exchange for keeping alive this tower. Because Timbersaw doesn't deal tower damage. The way Timbersaw pushes towers is kill the enemy creeps and then have your own creeps kill the tower. If Chen does this, well, sure, Chen is going to die, but this tower is going to live, at least for now. So at this stage of the game, OG's not exactly behind, net worth is practically even, but they can't really fight. Chen is quite weak still, Io just wants to farm, Troll Warlord wants to farm. What they want to do, OG here, is defend the towers and go for the runes. Now, you can actually take the runes, but they can try to deny the runes. So they don't get this deny, but they do get this deny here. So, and they also got one rune down here on Jerax. So what is N0tail actually doing? He's very occasionally farming a little bit, but almost nothing at all. And he's keeping a vision and he's dewarding this area. You can see here's a sentry, here's a sentry, here's a ward, here's a ward, here's a ward. They're trying very, very hard to keep up vision here in their jungle, defend their own jungle, and allow their IO to farm. Identified IO as the win condition, the primary win condition. So that's what N0tail is spending his time on. As you can see, IO is taking the farm in the middle. He's going to take this camp, this camp, this camp. And meanwhile, Thompson is taking the more dangerous farm down here. And they're actually going to make a play here. That's an easy kill, and that's the Brink Dagger reveal. This is how you play Earthshaker. Meanwhile, Legion is in trouble up top. And N0tail tries to save her, slowing down the Timbersaw, but that's not going to do anything. And they almost get this kill on the Elder Titan here, but not quite. Very close though. And here you can see how selflessly N0tail plays this Chen. He's going to actually prepare these creeps so that Legion Commander can farm them really easily. Your pubs don't necessarily do this, but if you're playing with world-class players like Seb, it's definitely a good thing to do, especially in a game like this, where you know you're not going to have a lot of impact on Chen. You want to enable your teammates, and you want to be able to have Seb get the Spirit Vessel reasonably early. And here's another lesson in playing from behind. Anna's getting engaged here, it's a big fight in the middle, N0tail's coming in here, and what does Thompson do? He just keeps pushing in this wave. He sees actually everyone is in the middle, and he goes back and actually kills the tower. So they lose a couple of heroes in the middle. They lose 2 heroes, especially the Aya, that's very painful. Lose some of the Chen army, but that's okay, they get the tower for it. And yes, maybe they're gonna lose this tower, but they got a tower bottom. And right now, N0tail is sitting here. Problem is they don't know where the other heroes are. You don't know if anyone's behind Crystal Maiden, but if other heroes would show on the map, N0tail could recall Earthshaker, for example, and make a kill here. Right now, she has sort of lost vision over their jungle. They have one sentry here, but no vision in this area. And now they get baited into this fight. They think they can fight at their shrine. It's usually a good area to fight, but it's not very strong right now, and they lose this fight completely. Only Anna escapes, but not for long. So this is a complete team wipe, and all they got in return was this 1 kill on Maiden. It is a position 4 Maiden, but still, that's not what you want. And while Anna is getting ganked at bottom, N0tail just keeps stacking here. These camps are still fairly safe, no longer as safe because tier 1 tower in the middle is no longer there, but they're still good camps to farm as IO, because it's really valuable stacks, because they really need this IO to come online. So right now they see 3 heroes elsewhere on the map and they run the Timbersaw, so now they can actually go and commit for this kill. They use duel, don't really care about the dual damage, they just want to get this kill, and they get Timbersaw. They reduce all his mana, and that's an easy kill. N0tail goes for another stacks here, and he takes over this Wolf, which is the most valuable creep to have at this stage of the game. And Anna gets all the farm. It's close to the 20-minute mark, and Chen is now actually gonna smoke. And the purpose for the smoke is to be able to get these 2 Centaur Conquerors down here. Because that's where the runes are going to spawn, and N0tail's going to deny them. It would be even better to make this play if you have some wards to be able to set down, but he doesn't right now. But at least he's going to try to get those denies, and there we have it, 2 runes denied. And ladies and gentlemen, it is 20 minutes and 28 seconds and N0tail officially has boots. By the way, take a look at all this ward coverage. You essentially ward here, essentially ward here, essentially ward here, essentially ward here. N0tail really wants to deny the opponent's vision in this area, because this area is crucial. This area controls access to this high ground push. This area controls Roshan. If Fnatic can get vision up in this area, it's a really easy Roshan, and also really easy high ground push, really easy access to this tower here. Take a look at this play. OG has just lost Anna, but they have all the ultimates up, and they're all converging on this area. I'm going to take this area back, and Chen is just going to walk in here, bait a little bit. Abed takes the bait, goes on Chen, tries to kill him, and just gets bursted. N0tail manages to survive, and now OG have the advantage. They're all teleporting in there, and Fnatic have to run. Ice is Spirit Vessels, and OG get another kill here. Jabs, overconfidence. They get 2 kills here, and maybe they can find more. Maiden tries to go for the ultimate, but also gets bursted down. And now OG are basically back in the game. They're still down in net worth, but this fight is really where they go back into the game. And why were they able to win this fight? First of all, they had all their key items up. They had BKB, they had the Ags, they had the Spirit Vessel, and they had all the ultimates up. Now they can just easily Roche and take the game over from here. They're still behind net worth, but that doesn't really matter. And so OG take the Aegis, and the fight breaks out here, which they're going to win. And after this one team fight, they can finally take this tier 1 tower, opening up the map a lot for them. And as N0tail Respawn still has the presence of mind to actually TP here and stack, now OG are in firm control of this game. Net worth is still even, but the heroes just scale better. This insane core IO, of course, it's been nerfed quite a bit since then, but back at TI, IO, once you have level 15 and Aghanims, you just take over games. N0tail meanwhile has assembled a humble golem army. These golems are not great, but they're at least decent because they have 50% magic resistance. They don't die very quickly in fights, and they can at least do something with their boulders. In the best case scenario, can even interrupt a maiden ultimate. So in terms of item builds, you can see N0tail is keeping it very simple. After this Basilius at the end of the start, he got a stick, a boost of speed, and now he's going straight for this Vlad's. Personally, I would have liked to see a Bracer thrown in there, because it is actually quite relevant here. You can definitely get bursted. I guess the rationale that N0tail had is that if they get on top of me, they're going to burst me anyway, which I'm not sure is actually true in this game. But especially if you get up against hero like Ursa or Huska, like if he gets on top of you, you're dead anyway, and 120 extra HP is not going to make a difference. But here I think it can definitely make a difference against heroes like Morphling and Ember Spirit. And now that OG are in firm control of the map, you can see N0tail playing a lot more boldly here. He's pushing out this wave, he's using his creeps. These are fairly low value creeps, so if you lose them it's not a big deal. But he's using these creeps to push out the wave. He's not actually in vision because it's night, but he still gets the experience. He can do this, and then he goes to the jungle. He's going to farm a jungle camp or two. This is the kind of plays you can make with Chen if your team is ahead, which OG of course right now are. Right, here's the last major fight of this game. It's about Roshan. OG wanted to Roche, and Fnatic contests. And now Chen is actually a bit too aggressive with his creeps here. Especially this Alpha Wolf creep should be kept a bit farther back. But it's often difficult to judge that in the heat of the moment. Right now his positioning is good, he's staying back, still staying in aura range to support his cores. And you have this duo of Anna and Thompson just killing everything. Maiden dies, you know, it's dual here, he's not gonna get the damage, actually he is, never mind. And they just kill everyone here. 3 down on side of Fnatic, with buybacks looking not too good. They only have 1 buyback on the hero that isn't even dead yet. Right now OG can actually end the game, but they don't know that because they don't know that the enemy doesn't have buyback. They actually TP down here with Legion Commander, push at the bottom wave because they have Chen, so he can always recall Seb. And meanwhile we see Thompson and Anna taking down these Raxes. And this is going to be the end of the game. You can just see how OG pushed on the last couple of towers. Some desperate attempt at defending here. Buyback from Morphling finally comes in, but it's not really much you can do at this stage of the game. So, basically the lesson here from this game is identify your win conditions. In this game it was Anna's Wisp and Thompson's Troll, and this dynamic duo was able to win them the game. So this is how you play from behind as Chen. You identify your win conditions, you see which of your cores needs to come online, what are the key timings and the key items that you need to secure for your team, and then you play around that. Thank you for watching. If you found this content valuable, you can subscribe to this channel and ring the little bell button so you get notified when I post the next video. And in the meantime, may Obelisk protect you. Goodbye.